Alright, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what's going on here? As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title under the thumbnail. So yeah, man, this video today is dealing with your boy J.Prince Jr. and the mob ties affiliates and how the HPD assist the feds on looking at the footage from not only what happened with TakeOff at the private event in Houston, but also, yeah, man, they're gonna be looking at the footage of Duke the Jeweler. Yeah, man, they're gonna be looking at the footage of J.Prince Jr. inviting out Duke the Jeweler to Houston at a private event. So based on that, they're gonna be looking into who has the motive to actually do something to Duke the Jeweler and TakeOff, man. They do understand that the mob ties affiliates is attached to both parties. How the mob ties is associated to what happened with Duke the Jeweler and TakeOff untimely demise. Yeah, folks trying to tell y'all it's some people in that department who J.Prince Jr. paid to make sure that they do what they want him to do. You understand? This the reason why his sons is not brought in for questioning. They should have been brought in right behind Lil Cam Fifth. If Lil Cam Fifth is young and he's running with these guys, come on, man. And on top of that, it's some folks that's also paying the department to make sure that the Duke the Jeweler case is not looked into. Why y'all think that they haven't been making any major moves pertaining to when Duke the Jeweler got set up in H-Town, man? See, it's a lot of funny activity going on pertaining to J.Prince Jr. and his mob ties affiliates, man. Especially when it's dealing with that checking in. See, I'ma keep speaking on the fact that if the guys that's associated with you don't respect you, they not gonna respect the guys that you telling to check in. So again, that leaves room for Duke the Jeweler to get set up, for him to get bleaky down and sent up and his jewelry get snatched. Now you got his family that own a jewelry business out in Chicago. They trying to understand what happened to their family and what's going on with the missing jewelry. Because I still believe that they could have still snatched the jewelry and took the money and left folks alive. Come on, man. That was bogus. Same thing happened with TakeOff. He wasn't saying nothing. He was really trying to get up out of there. As always, let's first pay our respects and say rest in peace to TakeOff. Condolences to his family. And much love to all my folks in the ATL. Quavo, Offset, TakeOff Brother, YRN Lingo. Y'all keep y'all heads up out there. I know it's gonna be hard for a minute, but y'all have a lot of support, man, and it's real. We will also do the same for Chicago's own Duke the Jeweler. Say rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler. Condolences to his family. And much love to all my folks in Chicago. So the heated dispute between Quavo and J.Prince Jr. is what led to TakeOff untimely demise? Come on, man, that don't even sound right. The least person who was there trying to cause any beef is the one that this happened to, nobody else. And then all the made up storylines behind the people that got something to do with TakeOff untimely demise. Come on, man, they saying Lil Cam Fifth, he got set up, then they saying he ran off, then he got up out of Dodge. None of them stories was true. So that's the reason why the HPD is assisting the feds into looking at the private event where TakeOff got set up at with Duke the Jeweler and the dice game. What led to Duke the Jeweler untimely demise. Again, all circulating around J.Prince Jr. and his mob ties guys. Come on, man. Yeah, man, y'all can't be believing everything the department put out there. Cause y'all got to understand, some of them folks is paid off. So they only gonna do what the money tell them to do. Y'all got to understand that, man. It's real out here. And that's going back to when they first made the arrest on Lil Cam Fifth. Yeah, man, after a whole month. See, I told y'all it was gonna be a trickling effect. Once they get one person, he gonna start talking. See, the reason why the HPD is pressed to do this because TakeOff family is making sure that they do their job. That's why you even heard the HPD detective state himself.
Yeah, I've been getting calls from TakeOff family.
Because TakeOff family, they want real updates. You understand? They want to hear that these guys are actually putting a foot forth to do what's necessary to make sure that TakeOff get justice. Now again, at the same time, they is looking at Duke the Jeweler footage and seeing who was at that dice game and trying to see who has a motive to setting up the jeweler out of Chicago. See, I told y'all, man, the GDs, they not gonna stop pressing up on Jazz or J.Prince Jr. for Duke's jewelry. Again, it's over 1 million in missing jewelry. That again, only a small amount of people knew that he was a jeweler. So that's the question. Who knew that Duke was a jeweler to want to set him up after the concert? Who knew what time he was leaving the concert? That means they had a couple people on deck to watch Duke the Jeweler moves. And I told y'all, you had J.Prince Jr. driver was the one who was picking up Duke from the hotel when he was out in H-Town. So again, what happened with TakeOff and Duke the Jeweler, it keep leading back to J.Prince Jr. and the mob ties affiliates. See, the reason why they haven't been on the Duke situation, because again, y'all gotta understand that J.Prince, he done paid off the right people. And some of those people are part of the department. Yeah, man, the HPD department. Because them folks, they ain't been talking about Duke the Jeweler case. Again, this is a jeweler. We not putting TakeOff situation to the side. But again, they both situations that's involving J.Prince Jr. and his mob ties affiliates. So if you looking at TakeOff and seeing if Lil Cam Fifth and DJ Pat is associated with that, then HPD got to do the same thing with Duke the Jeweler. It's only right, man. But again, man, I'm trying to tell you guys, J.Prince, he paid off the right people, because it's some folks out there in H-Town and Chicago who believe that it's the mob ties affiliates. They still got Duke's jury. See, Duke cousin Mando G, I told y'all, man, he been pressing up on J.Prince Jr. and his brother Jazz. Even Duke cousin Mando G is trying to understand how, if he was with y'all, what happened, man? What happened to my cousin? He was not known to get into any type of mess in Houston. So who would he have beef with? It was some people saying, yeah, it was all the flashy jewelry that he had on that attracted a certain amount of attention that made these guys want to do something to Duke the Jeweler. And it seemed like you got a little get back going on, because what happened with J.Prince Jr. cousin G-Wade just the other day, come on, man, that let y'all know that what the mob ties is doing is not going unnoticed. And again, even though they put themselves out there as being like this major mob movement, they could still be touched, man. And that's real. Matter of fact, there's some guys out there in Houston that speaks on the fact that J.Prince Jr. and his brother Jazz, they've been robbed a few times. So that shows right there. How you gonna stop somebody from doing something to Duke the Jeweler or TakeOff when you can't stop folks from pressing up on you? But at the same time, like I told you guys before, man, that's not what we want. We don't want no back and forth. What we want is these guys to calm down, live their life, and take care of their family. All that extra goofy activity, look what it's leading to, man. So you got Duke the Jeweler, you got TakeOff, you got J.Prince Jr. cousin G-Way, you got young guys like Lil Cam Fifth messing up their lives, all because the mob ties affiliates is trying to prove some type of point, like they got some type of higher up street credibility. Trust me when I say more is about to come out, because dudes is about to start talking. We all know once they start giving that time out, that's when everything come out. They gonna even tell you what they mama did in the 60s to make sure that they don't get locked up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to understand that everybody who say they street and hood is really not that. And what I mean by that is knowing that J.Prince Jr. and his brother Jazz is mostly some suburban kids, that they not ready for what's coming forth, man. And again, that's dealing with what happened with Duke the Jeweler and TakeOff. But again, we all understanding that this is all going back to the dice game, similar to TakeOff. So that's the reason why HPD is assisting the feds into looking at the footage at Duke the Jeweler dice game and TakeOff. And what they seeing is, again, you have the mob ties affiliates that's associated with both private events. Because I told y'all before, man, it's J.Prince Jr. He's hosting these events. And at the same time, he's the one that's informing these guys to check in with him. So the private event that they put together is basically a formal greeting. So they put together these private events as a way of checking in. But y'all gotta understand, it's deeper than what y'all think it is. Because you mean to tell me no major arrest has occurred in the time that Duke the Jeweler was set up until now? None. Matter of fact, let me take that back. They had two. They brought in two people, but nothing has come from that. And again, those two people were brought in. Let me see, what month is this? December? I want to say around September, October, the end of September. It was a whole month from when Duke got set up that the HPD finally made an arrest. Same thing happened with TakeOff. A whole month go by, and they finally bring in Cam Fifth to now exposing DJ Pat is the one who allegedly upped the blicky and sent up TakeOffs. But I'm trying to tell you guys, not only me, it's a couple other guys that been stating, hey man, J.Prince, he worked for them people. But I just want my people to pay attention what's going on here. Don't listen to the HPD when you want to. Meaning that it's people coming in my comments saying, yeah, but the HPD said that Lil Cam Fifth said this. Hey man, I told y'all, J.Prince, he got them guys in his back pocket. Hey man, the people speaking, money talks, BS walk 1,000 miles. And that's real. Hey, but we got more in store. But as always, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.